Friends, family, welcome back to Bemusing Bill, and we have got Taylor Swift here, folks. Now, this is a request from our dear friend, Jen. Jen, thank you so much for everything you do for this channel, for your support, for your kindness, for your love. Can't tell you how much you are appreciated. It's just, there are no words to describe it. You're an awesome person, and I can't wait to do this. There's so many Swifties that had been recommending this song in the comments. The link will be below, so that way you guys can go check it out. Of course, I'm doing the lyrics afterward. I don't know what else I can possibly put into this video, but I will do it for you Swifties. Love you guys so very much. This is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And I've got lyrics up as well. I've got the closed captioning on, but you know how it goes here, folks. Words and music. So we're going to dive into everything Taylor Swift. Love her poetry. Love the way she puts stuff together. Her wordplay, the way she crafts stories. They're so addicting and so intelligent and so interwoven, and it leaves my head spinning. Truly. So this is going to be awesome. All Too Well, 10-minute version on SNL. Link below. SNL celebrating their 50th anniversary, which is mind-blowing in and of itself. Can't wait. So let's do this, huh? I'll pull up that screen for you guys. Do the love thing right here, because this is Taylor Swift's channel. So, you know, you got to do the love to Taylor. And if you'd like to support this channel, just like dear Jen, you could jump on board. And you could join our Patreon for free, for $1, for, you know, as much as you'd like to support. But you get access to Discord. You get access to everything, because I just love you guys. I just like family together. You know, family. It's all about family and the love. Great people on there. It's the best thing we've ever done is Discord. So a big shout out to my Bemuse team for putting it all together and making it so amazing. You guys are the best. Much love to you guys. All right, so let's do this. And I love seeing her play live anyway. So this will be really cool. Kids, buckle up. Let's do some Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift.
But something about it felt like home somehow, and
Sorry, Taylor. I just want to let you guys know that Jen did tell me that they're playing the movie in the background here. So that's kind of cool. I mean, you know, we're getting it anyway, only through a live performance. So I think that's extra cool. You know what I mean? Getting to see the film anyway. And trust me, folks, after I do this and I'm familiar with the song, I will definitely be checking out that movie. I see that one of the stars of Stranger Things is in there. I don't remember her name, but that's very, very cool. I love that show. Great cast in that show. Yeah, I'll go back because it's Taylor.
I walked to the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow, and I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now. Oh, your sweet disposition, my wide-eyed gaze. We're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. That Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well.
Love the way she uses her voice, you know? There's such a sincerity to her voice that, you know, she feels like she's just a friend sitting next to you, just telling you a story, you know? That we're just, you know, one-on-one. She's just telling me about this story. And I love that approach to her music, you know? It's a talent. I mean, it's not something that everyone has. A lot of singers just focusing on, you know, making sure they're getting those notes, they're hitting their marks, they're on time. You know, maybe they're trying to be impressive, you know, and you know, usually it does fit the song, and usually it's mind blowing, but that's not Taylor's MO. You know, she's more of that friend that just sitting there on the couch having her a cup of coffee and just telling you this story, and it's very natural, and I do really admire that about her, because that's a great gift. You know, she's right up there with the Joni Mitchells and Joan Baez, and you know, people that just connect with you and just tell you those stories, and you can see it in your mind. You don't need to have a movie. It's nice. It's definitely a nice little caveat, but you know, you can just close your eyes and you can picture the whole thing. Whether you put yourself into the character's shoes and people you know, or you're picturing Taylor, you know, whatever it is. But you know, it's so easy to do. It's so descriptive the way she writes, and I think it's a beautiful thing. It really is. That's what really makes me admire her even more so.
All too well. Photo album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-size bed. Your mother's telling stories about you on the T-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me, and you were tossing me the car keys, the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. We were always skipping town, and I was thinking on the drive down, anytime now, he's gonna say it's love. He never called it what it was, till we were dead and gone, and there he checked the pulse, come back swearing it's the same, after 3 months in the grave. And then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame. And I know it's long gone, and there was nothing else I could do, and I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to. Still we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too well. And there we are again when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an old secret prayer. And we swear to remember it all too well.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. So descriptive and everything. Also, when she gets into those, you know, not so good memories, those, you know, those moments where she's referring to them as being dead and buried, and you notice the intensity in her voice, and even her playing is getting more intense. You notice in the beginning, those closed caption was like gentle music. Not when it gets to that part, though. You know, you should have said on the bottom, rough music, a little slightly angrier music, you know, because you can feel it building up. And it's just like you guys are just sitting there with her on the couch and talking about this memory. And if you're talking to somebody about pleasant times and how much fun you had? Doesn't that come out in your smile and your countenance and just your body language and everything? But when you start going into like those, but then he did this and your everything starts to change. Your mood changes, the expressions change, your eyebrows change. The smile drops away. She puts that into the song and into her performance, so you can feel that a lot more. If she's singing that part the same as she was singing the beginning part, wouldn't have that sort of intensity. It wouldn't have that connection into those lyrics. It would give it a different feel altogether. We wouldn't feel the same way, But having that kind of that bit of anger there, that helps a lot. Oh, I can't wait to do these lyrics later and really, really take them in. Gentle.
Maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well.
Nice.
Call me up again just to break me like a promise.
Ooh.
So gradually rule in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, 'cause I remember it. They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time you double cross my mind.
Woo.
You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. And that made me want to die. The idea you had of me, who was she? A never needy, ever lovely jewel. Her shine reflects on you. Not weeping in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened to you. That's what happened to you.
That's what happened, you.
Charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes. Sipping coffee like you were on a late night show.
Ooh, the venom in her voice there. Also want to point out that, watching her headbanging over there with the acoustic, and so many people are like, oh, she could definitely rock out. She could definitely, oh yeah, she's a headbanger. Playing the guitar and swinging your head back and forth like that. You got to know what you're doing. That could be a dangerous thing. But yeah, I love the, I'm telling like it is. Casually being honest, hurting me by being honest, and charming my dad and drinking coffee like you're on some late night TV show. Being perfect like you're on camera. Oh man, she is bringing it.
That's what happened.
You.
Charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes. Sipping coffee like you were on a late night show. Then he watched me watch the front door all night, willing you to come. And he said it's supposed to be fun. Turning 21.
Ah.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. Like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own. Now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scar from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. Can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. future lovers stay my age.
Oh!
My skin and bones, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. And did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us did the love affair name you too? 'Cause in the cities barren cold, I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. I remember it all too well. Just between us did the love affair mean you all too well. Just between us, do you remember it all too well? Just between us, I remember it all too well. Down the stairs, I was there, I was there. Sacred prayer, I was there, I was there. It was rare, you remember it. Wind in my head, I was there, I was there. Down the stairs, I was there, I was there. Sacred prayer, I was there, I was there. It was rare, you remember it. Wind in my hair,
Nice.
I was there. Down the stairs, I was there, I was there. Sacred prayer, I was there, I was there. It was rare, you remember it.
Ooh! That gave me goosebumps. Ah, see? That's awesome. She's so freaking awesome. Wow. You know, I was thinking, I don't know if any other musical performance on SNL was ever 10 whole minutes long. You know? That's pretty amazing. Usually a band will go out there and do a song and maybe it's like 3.5, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes tops. But that's really cool. That tells you the kind of pull that Taylor has. Now, if anybody had seen that episode where she did that song, does she act in any of the bits? You know, is she actually incorporated in any of the skits that sometimes that happens. And I've seen her acting in her videos, and I think she's hilarious. And I'm just curious, you know what I mean? If she's done anything on the show beside the musical portion. That was just amazing. What a great story, and the way it's told, the way she's acted it out on stage. She's so impressive in so many ways that, it's no wonder she is as big as she is. She deserves it. You know, she really does. It's unbelievable amount of talent and all in one person. And to have someone that's so down to earth and humble and good like she is, it's just, you know, it blows me away. It seriously blows me away. Let me put, first of all, put down the screen here. And that way I can get in a little bit closer to the lyrics. All right. And of course I was following along, but you know what? Sometimes twice is even more nice. Sometimes I can catch better things, you know, having heard it, re-listening to it. Because a lot of times I'll go and I'll listen to the tune a few more times within the day or two after it. You know, sometimes a lot more, especially with Taylor, because there's so much in there, you know. And so many times I'm like way after the fact, like, oh, I didn't catch that. And then I publish it to YouTube, and then you guys are in the comments and are like, oh, well, she refers to this and it's connected to that. And it's like, wow. I mean, some things I never would catch, because that's why I really love Swifties helping me out over here. You know, I do appreciate you guys. All right, let's see. I walked through the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Sometimes it's I don't know. Could be just the smell of the place, just the lighting, something that's just homey about a place. You know what I mean? So I get it, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house. I left my scarf there at your sister's house. And you've still got it in your drawer even now. And she refers to that at the end too. That's the only thing he still has. So I guess if walking through the door, the air was cold and felt like home, I guess this is at his sister's house, right? Because that's where she left the scarf, you know? Oh, your sweet disposition and my wide-eyed gaze. You're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. I know she's from like the Pittsburgh area, right? Of Pennsylvania, somewhere outside of there. So I'm getting the idea of what she's referring to as far as upstate. I'm in New York, so even though I consider myself upstate, there are people like further south of me who don't consider this the upstate. They consider like way up in like Rochester, even Albany to be upstate. But I'm assuming she's referring to PA in that piece. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place. That's a great line right there. And I can picture it after all these days. I can picture it right now. And I haven't even been there, but I can picture it. And I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more. And I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. I understand that meaning, you know? I'm okay, but I'm not fine. I'm not in a good place up here. Because there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red because you were looking over at me. Ah, young love. You know, that's what it is. Wind in my hair. I was there. I remember it all too well. I'm sure. Photo album on the counter. I love the way she's describing this. You could totally see it, right? You could totally see this. Photo album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-size bed. You know when you first meeting, you first getting to know somebody and you got this relationship going on, and eventually, now I don't know how it's going to be in the future with photos being on phones nowadays, but the old photo album and looking back to when that person was a child and growing up and all that stuff. It's fun. It's pretty fun when you get to see. That's really like opening up, right? That's really exposing a side to somebody that you want to expose it to. This is not for everybody. This is directly for you, sharing that vulnerability. Yeah, that's great. That her cheeks turning red, blushing, and that little kid with the glasses in that twin-size bed. I can just see it with the Star Wars sheets, perhaps. And your mother's telling stories about you on the t-ball team. You taught me about your past, thinking your future was me. That's usually what happens when there's that that possibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're thinking your future was me. And I know it's long gone and there was nothing else I could do. And I forget about you, and I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to forget about you. Right, that's important, because that says a lot about all of us, Don't we all do that? But that's a great line there, too. And I forgot about you long enough to forget why I needed to not forget about you. Interesting. Because there we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. You know? I can picture that too. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too well. Yeah. And maybe we got lost in translation. It's funny she says that because I know there was a movie called Lost in Translation. I think that's Bill Murray or something. I don't think that there's any connection or reference to that. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But I understand what she's saying here. Maybe we got lost in translation. You know, something didn't quite connect right. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece. Till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well. You know? Yeah, when I'm part of this history. I was there. I remember it all too well. You know? And it was a masterpiece. You know, you think like a painting or something and tearing it all up. You know, running scared. Why? Scared of commitment? Scared like, whoa, this could be the real thing. I don't know what to do. There are people who are like that. And you called me up again just to break me like a promise. Yeah, I caught that. And you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. You know, I know that. Sometimes, you know, that's why they say the truth hurts, but it only hurts the one you love. Sometimes getting that truth. Casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here. That's a great way to look at it too. Crumpled up piece of paper. No, this, you know, I don't like this. This doesn't work. This doesn't, you know, I don't know what to say. Crumpled up piece of paper you just toss. So it's amazing that she's referring herself to that, something that's tossed away, an idea that's tossed away. Because I remember it all too well. Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. It's like I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. You know, she got so lost into him and that frozen moment in time. She can't go back. She doesn't remember what she was like before this whirlwind, you know? And it's easy to do. It's easy to do. Yeah, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights, when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. Oh, I thought about this when I first heard it in the song. After plaid shirt days and nights, when you made me your own. You know what it's in my head is I'm picturing her wearing his shirt. You know, like maybe some kind of a plaid, flannel maybe, button-up shirt, you know, feeling like that's that connection. You made me your own. Could be even more personal, if you know what I mean, making her his own. But it also feels laid back and comfortable. Plaid shirt days, you know? So I'm thinking it could be that too. You know, that line really stuck into my head. In fact, this whole verse stuck in my head because of being paralyzed by time and finding my old self and this plaid shirt business, and you know, and then the last line in that verse, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. That's so sad. That hits me so sad. Just mailing, that's so impersonal and so cold. Just mail your stuff back. I don't even want to see you to give it back to you. That's cowardly, in my opinion. Whatever that's worth. Yeah. Right. But you keep my old scarf from that very first night. I like how she yells this at the end. She gets really angry. Because it reminds you of innocent and it smells like me. And you can't get rid of it because you remember it all too well. Right? He's holding on to that little bit of memory there. She must know it didn't come back, so he probably still has it. Why would he have it? Because he's holding on to that memory. It still smells like her. You know? I really like that whole line as well, too. With the scarf and why, the innocence that it represents, how it represents her and their first meeting, But mailing it back home just shows you that coldness. But you keep, all right, sorry. Because there we are again, when I loved you so, back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare. I was there. I remember it all too well. She keeps reminding him that, yeah, I was there. I remember it. I remember it all too well. And, so that in that particular verse, because there we are again, when I loved you so, back before you lost the one thing you've ever known, the one real thing you've ever known. She's referring to the scarf in this and how that's connected to that memory, I believe. Wind in my hair, you were there. You remembered it all too well. Down the stairs, you were there. You remembered it all too well. It was rare. I was there, and I remember it all too well. So, that's the end of that story. But when the way she's describing it is, I've finished telling you my story, but that it'll always be in my head because I remember all of this all too well. It'll stay there, and hopefully someday fade away when, there will be other moments and other people and things will happen and that memory will fade. But, right now it's fresh and she remembers everything that happened and this whirlwind romance that thought there was a future. But maybe because he was scared of commitment, he's scared of I could have swore I heard that in the song where he talks about love, but he couldn't come out to say it. I mean, she talks about the beginning there. I know it's long gone. The magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine. I mean, this is still very fresh. I could have swore I heard her saying something like him not being able to actually say anything. Maybe I'm missing it. I thought I saw it in the video. But, there's issues that he did this. It went from being a masterpiece to him destroying it, and all of a sudden it all fell away. Yeah, of course she's going to be pretty distraught. Wouldn't you? Who wouldn't be distraught by that? When you're thinking something, that's the risk we all take when it comes to looking for love. Are we gonna? Who's gonna make that first move? Who's gonna say it first? People who throw that out there like it's nothing. That could be very hurtful because, you might be thinking that this is something when it's not. The person doesn't put any weight behind the word love. They just think it's a word. They like hearing it. So I say, yeah, I love you, babe. And, there's nothing really behind it. So love is a tricky thing. You want it reciprocated. You're scared if it's not, because you're leaving yourself open and vulnerable, putting it out there. And if it doesn't come back your way, now you feel foolish. You feel rejected, even more so than any other kind of rejection. You don't get the job. You don't get the audition. You weren't able to buy whatever the hell it was you were bidding on eBay. Yeah, you can deal with those things. But when you're opening up yourself like that to love, well, that makes it far, far more, deep into the soul, deep into your heart. That's, you've opened the doors, and to have the doors getting kicked in, it hurts. That's why some people are totally scared of it and don't want to have anything to do with it. But it's one of the greatest things in life, isn't it? It's worth it. It's worth taking the chance. And I'm sure she could agree with that, because whatever has happened between her and so-and-so and her and so-and-so has led her to this point where she's at now, and she's very happy right now. And I really hope and pray that this remains, her relationship right now remains, and there's a beautiful future for them. I do hope for that. My youngest son just got himself a girlfriend, and she seems awesome, and he definitely is smitten, but there's always that, well, let's just hope that this all works out and that no one gets their heart broken. That's the way it is, folks. I love this song. Taylor is the best. And by the way, Jen, you're the best. Thank you so much for this. This was amazing. I'm always down for more Taylor Swift. I consider myself a Swiftie, and I'm proud to tell it. Proud to say it. I can't believe how many metalheads turn around them. They're like, I'm a Swiftie too, man. Seriously. Is it any wonder with talent like that? I don't think so. I think she's awesome. I think you Swifties are awesome too. The love that you have for Taylor is breathtaking. It's beautiful. So keep on keeping on, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you. Love you guys.